Hey guys, be sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram for extra content you won't see here. Click the links in the description below.
Hey, what's up guys, EvilRat94 here bringing you another action figure review. Today we're looking at the Marvel Legends Hasbro Vintage Wave 2. We're looking at Hawkeye. So let's check out Hasbro's second take on Hawkeye. They did release one years ago, and this one's slightly different, so we'll see which one we prefer at the end. Here we can see the nice, awesome vintage style Toy Biz packaging here, and then on the back side we get the rest of the wave along with another picture of Hawkeye here. I believe it was the All-Father Odin Build-A-Figure wave that this Hawkeye was introduced, so this is pretty much 90% the same figure. We get new arms here and new hands compared to the previous Hawkeye. That is about it as far as I can see. It's the same legs and torso and head sculpt. I thought the head sculpt was going to be different, but it's just repainted differently. Anyways, this is a nice looking Hawkeye. I really like this one a lot. Of course, this is going after the classic look at Hawkeye, and I really dig this look. I really like this one, even more so than the previous All-Father Hawkeye figure. Now that figure wasn't too hard to obtain, so it wasn't a big deal. I think most people have that figure, but if you did not get it, no worries, this one's superior. And if you did get it, I recommend getting this one already. Although I haven't even started going through the figure, I can just say that this one just looks a lot better than that previous Hawkeye. The Hawkeye comes with his quiver, of course, full of arrows. Nothing too crazy here. They're not removable like the Toy Biz version, but they are there and they're painted, so that's not too bad. And then we get the bow, of course, which is the same bow that we've gotten for very many years. Nothing changed here, and they went ahead and just gave us a all purple bow, which I wish they didn't do that. They did it the same for the Odin Wave Hawkeye. Is it too much for them to detail the bow a little bit more, or even give us a brand new bow, a new sculpt? You know, it's been a while, but at least paint it different, get the string black or something, or detail the handle or the grip. Something different would be nice, not just all purple. So overall, everything looks clean as always. Good job this wave again. Mentioning that again, they're doing a good job with the paint, at least with my group of figures here, so I like it. The arms came out good. It looks like this is a separate piece that may fall off, but as far as I can see, they're pretty on there. They're on there pretty tight, so that's good. And let's get on to the articulation here. The head sculpt looks nice. Good to mention that. The head's going to swivel left and right. It's going to move up and down on a ball jointed hinge. This torso piece is a separate piece which is removable right here in case you guys want to remove it. The arms will move forward and back, in and out. We get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow swivel at the wrist with a side hinge for the right hand, and then we have a normal hinge on the left hand. The side hinge is of course for the bow and arrow posing and whatnot. We get a ab crunch, which is a little bit hindered by this torso piece, but you can still crunch it in and out. There is a waist swivel hidden underneath there, but it's there. This is the Bucky Cat mold, which we are all familiar with. Legs do go forward and back. They go in and out. We get a thigh swivel here. We get double jointed knees, the boot cut shin swivel, the ankle hinge, and then of course the pivot on the ankle. And here's the comparison we've been waiting for. This is the All-Father Odin Build-A-Figure Wave Hawkeye that we got several years ago. Very different here. They went ahead and gave us the Winter Soldier arm here on the left, and then we just get a sleeve arm here, and that's it. So you can see how the sleeveless arms, it's a little more classic look. The colors are a little bit better. We got the lighter blue. We have a very dark blue, navy blue on the older version there. The purples are similar, but it's a little bit lighter on the new one. A little bit more classic in my opinion. As for the bows, you can see they're fairly similar, just a different tone or tint of purple, nothing too crazy. And then the quiver, same thing there, nothing too crazy at all. We get the feathers painted a little bit better on the older one, I must say. But overall, I do choose the new one. It's more classic, it's more accurate in my opinion. It looks better in my opinion too. There's the movie MCU Hawkeye next to the classic one here, just for fun. And then next to some of his wave mates, we have Scarlet Spider, previously reviewed. Make sure to check out all of these reviews. They are all up. This Hawkeye is actually my final one in the wave, so we are done here. So check them all out. Here's T'Challa, the famous Blue Wasp, Vision, and lastly, but not least, we have the classic Ant-Man. Overall, I love this Wave 2, I must say real quick before we end this review on Hawkeye. They did an amazing job with it, I think. We got some very nice looking repaints and some new figures that we haven't gotten before, such as Ant-Man and Blue Wasp, and a new Vision as well. The only ones that were pretty much repaints were Scarlet Spider here and Hawkeye, but Hawkeye did get some retooling, got some new arms and some new hands. Now here is a problem that I must address, because this is kind of ridiculous, is the fact that they didn't really give him a hand to shoot the arrow. Now this one looks a little bit better, got one of the fingers sticking out, but still, it's not quite there, you know. It's very hard to have him hold the string with that little finger. You know, you don't even hold a bow and arrow that way. You don't hold the string that way, and then of course this one doesn't really hold the string at all. So I don't know. I wish they would have given us a better hand, that's all. So as you see here, it's just very difficult to get him in a pose where he's shooting an arrow. And not to mention, he doesn't come with a single arrow to place on here to make it look like he's going to shoot one. That's a thing they've been doing for many years. They don't ever include a loose arrow for him to knock in there. So, and that finger doesn't hold the string. So that's a pretty big gripe of mine for this figure, and I think that's about it for gripes. I don't have anything else except for that. Alright guys, that's going to do it for my review of the classic Hawkeye from the vintage Wave 2 of Marvel Legends. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Leave a like if you did, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not done so already. Check out my other reviews, and as always, have a great day. Bye.